team. And Arlog's gonna do quite a bit. So, and it's a Joy jungle, so I mean, you're not gonna be that worried against the Joy jungle, to be honest. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the match point to the favor of EVOS Icon. Can they walk away with another 2-0 series? Trex, what do you think?
I mean, it could definitely happen here. I love what you were saying about the compositions because I kind of feel the same way. ONIC just feels kind of out there. You have this Minotaur, who everyone's going to really capitalize on kind of being grouped up together. Like if your team, if you can jump on and make this big combo happen, but then you have picks like Sasser, you have Boy on this Joy, heroes that want to kind of stay away from the pack. If Joy wants to dive into the back, I'm wondering how are they going to make this composition work in some of these team fights, whereas EVOS Icon is very straightforward. Everyone can work very well together. No one's ever going to get way ahead of the pack and be on the opposite side of the map. I'm liking what EVOS Icon brought here, and I feel like once the Diggy was picked, Overlord just kind of panicked.
Yeah, because it also does give ONIC Overlord a lot of confusion, you know, because now Minotaur is like, do I go in? Do I not go in? There's just so much trouble, right? Like you have to wait. Who's gonna bait that? It's gonna be Joy. But Joy goes in, early game is okay, but late game, they get one-shotted by Beatrix by a lot of characters. You know, so especially when all the damage comes up. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Sasser already in trouble.
Sasser.
Gonna go down. First blood with the decimation.
Ooh.
That's rough.
Interesting. That is really rough. 10 seconds before turtle spawn. That's the last time you want to die right now. I look at the poke coming off from Melissa. That's literally the last time you want to die right now. Because if you die, you're gonna be so behind on levels, and it's gonna give EVO so much more advantage walking to the first turtle. Even with Minotaur ultimate, who cares? Diggy is level 4. Marta's immune to call control. You have Crit, who can copy Minotaur's ult and be more effective with it. Oh, he decided to copy Kadita's ult. That's also pretty good, right? You get a confusion going on and you use your Kadita ult with Flicker.
Most definitely not. So Susjin's gonna pick up the first turtle. EVOS Icon getting the first neutral objective. Now, we're looking at ONIC Overlord, and Owen really wants to hang out in this gold lane. I think once again, they need D to scale this time. Last time, the reason why they weren't able to output the damage is because their gold laner slacked off. But the weakness of this is they're putting Sasser in a very dangerous spot all alone in the mid side. EVOS Icon more of rotating as a unit, whereas Overlord is split up. So Overlord needs to be careful or they're gonna keep getting picked off like what we just saw.
Yeah, all by himself. It's almost like a music, but it's not music. It's just sadness. Here we go. When Trax sings, he gives you money. It's one of those.
Is that true? Listen, you should be blessed. Be blessed to hear my beautiful voice.
Well, true.
Might be getting some
100%.
Action up in the top side here. Range in this laning phase, even against the sniper. But wait a second, Veldora takes some waves to the face and gets brought down. Boy, gonna pick up the first kill for ONIC Overlord.
I like that. Also D did get forced out to Inspire. Just now, the reason why they decided not to go on to D was because Inspire is able to get quite a lifestyle. Here we go, the Flicker comes out. Oh,
misses the
Valentina does copy Mina's ultimate though.
Stops them from coming under the base. Krite taking a little bit of poke damage there. D doing a wonderful job at defending, and it's keeping Owen up here all the more worth it. ONIC Overlord definitely hanging in this game a lot better than they were last time. This time it almost feels like they're starting to hit the advantage. And if they can keep this here, they're gonna have a great mid-game spike. Lutpi looking for Veldora. Veldora dashes back in, able to get some health back. Lutpi not able to get the finish. But now there are still 4 members up in the top side. They want D. Susjin drops it onto Owen. Next decimation comes in, and that's a double kill. Rough waves from Sasser, not able to collect anyone.
This feels for a chaotic fight, to be honest. The both sides has been just back and forth, and not too much system to it. It just feels like EVOS Icon is just out damaging, out rotating as a team, right? They're playing more like a team. You can see more of skill sequences coming off from EVOS Icon. I wouldn't say they're playing to their win condition because there's not too much win condition besides this farm, and Diggy go as a marksman, help marksman farm, At the same time, jungler rotated top side, help marksman farm. right? I guess the win condition you can summarize in one word: goal lane. Okay, that's 2 words. Gold, right? It's money for the goal laner.
D.
The more he has, the better, and that's exactly what they're executing. So they're doing that flawlessly. Meanwhile, for the side of ONIC, they're stuck between a rock and hard place. You know, to be honest, they're not sure what to do. Oh, here we go. They know what to do. Trex.
That's a hard place, all right. Doma just gets picked off, and that, like you said, was a win condition. So ONIC knows it. They target the right person. They find it. And now both gold laners sitting at 1 death.
Ooh, bottom lane, a lot of aggression. Ooh, Trex, beautiful. Nothing gonna happen.
Definitely a beautiful ult. Nothing too much. Might be able to take this tower. No, he's focusing minions on himself. But now Sutsujin gonna move on to this purple buff. Can Boy contest it?
Whoa.
Did he get that? No, he lost it. He's only got the turtle buff, so Sutsujin steals the purple.
Team turret has been destroyed.
Wait, he did not? So who got it? Joy?
Sutsujin. No, Joy did not get it.
Oh, okay.
Joy's sitting with the turtle buff.
Yeah, that's okay. That makes sense. And now Sutsujin doesn't just want a buff, he wants more. He's going in.
Team turret has been destroyed.
I like it very much.
Not really. He's
Icon just kind of rotating around the way that they're now moving from tower to tower. There's 4 members on the boss side, doing a nice amount of damage.
Yeah.
They're gonna back off. Watch the Sasser here. Oh, the damage isn't there yet.
Yeah, not gonna be enough. On top of the fact that crit does have, oh, another engage tracks.
The go away comes out. Owen goes down though. This could be bad. Boy goes into the backside and completely gets destroyed. A little bit of self-destruction there. EVOS Icon hitting a spike of their own at 7 minutes, and ONIC Overlord can do nothing about it.
Yeah, ONIC Overlord, it seems like they were holding on. But look at the final slash. Every time Veldora come in with the final slash, somebody was in trouble, right? Somebody got hurt real bad. Every time the final slash come in. It just, this character is definitely the playmaker, Veldora, in this entire series. He has done so many good final slashes. The last thing I want to see is maybe a final slash plus flicker. Here we go. This is gonna be it. He's looking for the angle. Can't quite get it. Good job from Owen to make sure he gets himself away. But nonetheless, we're slowly creeping up to a 4,000 gold differential. Oh, here we go, the old flicker. Look at that.
Oh my god. Krite just used the rough waves against Sassar and did more damage than Sassar did to Krite earlier. But there's your final slash. D taking out Doma, picking up the kill. Owen gonna be next. Will fall along with the tower. EVOS Icon finding their groove. They've now got a 5,000 gold lead, Dave.
Looks like we're getting off work early tonight. EVOS is definitely showing that their domination, right? Coming up from the group stage, EVOS Icon also had a pretty dominating performance in the group. You know, like they had a straight wins every single team they win against, and all the way to the first place of the group 2. And now you're knowing why, right? The way they play really aggressive and we're in sync. And the first game with the combo, the second game, we don't even have to play combo. We'll just tell you, it's not the combo that we have that makes us different. It's the players that we have that makes us different. They're syncing always. You know, the way how they play with the final slash into the combo, into obviously having Diggy as a counter pick to Minotaur. It's not really like syncing skills. It's more of a just, having right rotations and taking the right team fights at the right place at the right time. So they definitely know how to navigate a neighborhood tracks. I think they're doing everything right. Meanwhile, as ONIC, you gotta wipe your sweat a little bit. Worry a little bit about ONIC coming to this game. Can they do it, Trex? Are you a believer?
So it does seem like we have a quick pause for now. Trying to figure things out. I do think, it's match point, Dave. An ONIC Overlord is on a very bad side. I don't know if it's going to be easy for them. EVO's just rotating so cleanly right now.
Yeah. ONIC, man, hang on to their dear life. The last game, the poke strategy did not work out. This game, I don't even know what strategy they were trying to pull off to make it work, right? Like, it's kind of like Minotaur plus Kadita that forgot Diggy was on the line, and then picking Minotaur. Banning Florin, the pick, to be honest, when the enemy team have the strategy like that, like Valentine, all that, if you have a Fredrin with ultimate global, right? You don't even have to be in front of the team fight. Like, a lot of times I see support mage players, they like to stay in the middle of the team fights and throw auto attacks. That's the last thing you want to do, right? What's your auto attack going to do? Like 20 damage to a tank? You know, it's a waste of time. You'd rather stay in a safe range, and whenever your skill come off cooldown, you throw it. It's like when you play Valier, you don't auto attack. You just wait until you have skill 1. You ready? You throw it. Ready? You throw it, right? And that's what you do. Same thing with Florin sometimes. But this game, I feel like maybe they're tired. Maybe they're jet lag tracks. I feel like I can't understand it. I'm trying to understand ONIC strategy, but this game, I don't see the pattern of the strategy. I don't even see a strategy, to be honest. I mean, again, we talk about Minotaur and Kalita, that's a good combo, but it didn't work out this game because of the existence of Diggy.
Well, I think a lot of teams are like so heavily focusing on their gold lane. You know, they send Owen up to the gold side to protect D, and what did EVOS do? They've just been snowballing around the Owen, and they're just really just slicing and dicing through ONIC Overlord right now. And I think what ONIC Overlord needs to do is maybe enclose a little bit, come together as a group.
Yeah.
Even if you have to sacrifice a tower or two, even if you have to lose to some split push here and there, you need to start meeting EVOS on their terms a little bit more, because right now you can't just stay spread out across the map, or else they're going to keep picking you apart.
Yeah, absolutely. But to be honest, late game, for the side of Team ONIC Overlord, they still have a chance. Melissa is one of the strongest marksmen going to late game, right? If you get Melissa farmed up with the core items, with attack speed, with Inspire activated, there's chance she might get a Savage in one try. We've seen it many times in ranked games. But obviously this is competitive, this is WCG, so a little bit different. But still, the potential is there. And
damage, right? So I get the strategy, but until they get there, there's a major problem, and you can't get D there if D cannot scale. And the only way they're going to get D to scale is if she doesn't die, which means she has to stay with the team, or they have to send a couple more people to protect D. Because right now, like you said, that is kind of their only saving grace in the end game. But the way that most games have
gone, this is actually really good, because for Melissa to scale, she needs to farm. But so far, she's not been farming. So they send Owen to the top lane to help Melissa to farm. But okay, if you send 2, we're going to send 4. And that's what we saw last game, right? Sometimes when we see on the top lane, it's a 4v3 situation. Is the entire team of the side of EVOS icon, their top side, versus 3 people. Pressure one time, didn't work. All right, we're going to back away. You activate Inspire, clear the lane. All right, you win this round. We're going to back out, wait until you start Inspire right now. And we're going to come back in when you least expect it. You're like, oh, they probably backed away. They're probably not going to stay here. But little did you know, kaboom, kapow, bam. Next thing you know, that's a Martis on your face with the ultimate. Was ultimatum, and the next thing you know, you're back in the black and white screen, you're back in the base. So it's just one of those scenarios. Like, I feel like EVO's icon has a clear strategy what they want to do. Let's focus on goal lane. We talk about this throughout the entire game. Their one condition is to make sure their Beatrix farmed, and they've been doing that the entire game. Diggy just been sitting top lane, babysitting, just like Owen did. But obviously Diggy being the dominant one in that situation, the much longer reach with skills, much better poke, and a much better protection. Whereas the other side, it's really hard because you constantly get harassed by an egg, well, a little chicken, right? That sometimes turns into an egg. So it's just like a really rough situation for a side of EVOS, EVOS ONIC Overlord to be in at this point. I mean, I really don't know what they can do, because I can't figure out the draft. Yeah. I can't figure out the win condition, and Melissa needs skill, but so far EVOS are not giving them the opportunity tracks.
I mean, because even with the scaling effect of Melissa, EVOS has late game as well, right? Like you said, they have the Beatrix, they have those options, but they also brought early game with the Martis, right? They have that possibility, and that's what's scaling them through right now. And no one wants to go against a Martis that's fed in the early game. The decimation just becomes more and more. The pressure becomes more and more. Then they also have the counter pick with the Diggy. It felt like from the draft until now, EVOS has been a few steps ahead. And we saw the Joy Jungle pick. We questioned it. We were a little worried about it. And now we're seeing where it's faltering, because even when it does get into the back line, they just destroy it. We saw them instantly get annihilated. But here we go, back into the game. Enough talking guesses, because the facts are about to happen.
Use a BB gun, which does a lot of damage late game. And you have Joy, who comes in with the Vengeance. Sometimes you don't have to use a skill, right? On top of the fact you have your ultimate, have your shield, have all the damage. If Beatrix start all attacking you one time when you activate Vengeance, it's literally suicide, right? In other words, he's murdering herself, which is really, really difficult for Vintage to deal with. And at the same time, you can use the opportunity with Vintage to bait out the skills, bait out the ultimate, because Diggy will then have to use the ultimate to protect the jungler, to protect the marksman. And then after that all runs out, after time journey runs out, Minotaur can go in with a huge Millennium Fury with confidence. That's the most important thing. It's not just about landing it, it's landing it with confidence. It's very, very important when you're, you know, modern society man, right? So have confidence. Minotaur doesn't have confidence going in right now.
That EVOS Icon are going to be able to take the Lord here. ONIC Overlord still on the back foot. And what we just saw was very reminiscent to game one, how the way they choke out that tier 2 in the top side, move on to the mid. And right now, everything is just going to EVOS Icon's pace.
Yeah, game one, they played aggressive, they invaded. Now they have not only 3, that is guarantee theirs, and he's going to their enemy side jungle for more farm. So we'll quickly jump into catapulting ourselves to an 8,000 gold differential to the favor of EVOS, and then they perfectly match the wave. Well, not imperfectly, but very close. Now bottom lane, 2 humongous waves of the Lord is coming to tracks.
Yeah, Lord is about to crash. Bottom inhibitor down to about half health. Veldora dives in, tries to go for the finish, looking for Luppy. Owen wants to use the Nolan's Fury, pops it a little bit too early. Does Sutsujin wants to get the finish, and that will be a clean sweep in a best of 3. EVOS Icon will move on to face against Echo Proud.
Wow, what a clean finish. I mean, it's a 5v4 finish, but it's a clean finish nonetheless.